You're listening to Convenience Matters, brought to you by NACS. We'll talk about what we see at stores and what the future may hold for our industry.
1 in 5 convenience store customers use the bathroom when they go to a convenience store. That's according to NACS research that we have available. But how many drive miles out of their way? And when I'm saying miles, I mean miles out of their way to visit a convenience store bathroom that's not even on their way. We're going to talk about a company that's redefined how people look at bathrooms, and they've done some pretty cool things along the way. So joining us today are Gilbert and Damon Bale. They are both with Hop Shops, that is operated by Valor Oil. Thanks for joining us today. So Ann, let me start with you. Your title, you lead marketing at Valor Oil. Can you kind of give us an overview of the company and Hop Shops?
Well, I've been with Hop Shops since 2006, previously owned by Harper Oil. Harper Properties was the name of the Hop Shops owners group that had it. And in 2018, Valor acquired the Hop Shops and the bulk plants. And so we now, as of 3 days ago, have 15 Hop Shops. 2 of those are truck plazas, and all in Kentucky except 3 are in Southern Ohio. And we just are trying to stand out. We want to be better, than any convenience store. We're trying to be the best, and we're trying to be interesting, and we want to be where people enjoy working for us and visiting us and, buying the things they need.
So
we're just,
speaking of wanting to stand out, Damon, let's get right to this thing that makes you guys stand out. Your bathrooms are very, very unique. So can you take us through the whole process of, you had an idea, let's do this. What was the idea? How was it received? And where'd you go from there? That's a lot. That's a big question.
Jeff. Yeah, man, I'll try to untangle that one. It's just a heck of a story, and just a blessing, to work for a company that's so supportive of me and all of our 260 plus employees. So how the story went is I'm part of an executive team of about 5 people. We got the owner, the president, CFO, other vice presidents in there. And we've been doing a great job with what we've currently been doing. Neat, clean, full, good customer service. We're a smaller outfit, 13 stores at the time, and soon to be 16 here. We're growing 3 in our home base of Owensboro, Kentucky. That's where Valor's headquartered. President Josh Emick, I consider a best friend. And he's building 3 Taj Mahals, basically, here in his home base of Owensboro that'll all have the disco bathroom. I got challenged on an off-site meeting, and owner challenged me, Josh's dad, Gary. And he's like, Damon, I want to be known for a destination. I want to be known for something that's different than anybody else, or that we can hang our hat on, that makes us a great place and a fun place to go to, like Ann Gilbert mentioned. And what he didn't know is I was already a step ahead of him, which, if you're Ann and I, typically we're one step ahead of a lot of people. We have, our sense of urgency is a little bit ridiculous, and we're always thinking ahead, looking around corners. So I've been lucky enough to travel with my wife, Stephanie, and we go to a lot of speakeasies, and we go to a lot of neat places, and places where you'll see components of what we're talking about, never in its totality and finished. And I had crafted up the idea, and we were doing a remodel at our Verona Mud Lick location in Kentucky. And of course, that's the original one. That's where the world famous disco wedding occurred here this past Valentine's Day.
Oh, you're getting ahead of yourself here. We're getting to that part, but
okay. It's exciting. There's some recency bias there. So we're crafting this up, and I contact my general contractor, because at Verona we were doing a massive kitchen expansion, and we were also going to have to expand the restrooms, right? Like, those things were grandfathered in. We had to make them better and bigger. So I present the idea to Wright Construction, and I bring it up, and I'm saying, here's what I wanted to do. And if I had a nickel for every time people looked at me cross-eyed or like, God, this guy's really lost at this time. I mean, I'd have my own island somewhere for sure. And he worked his butt off on it. Several renditions, very difficult. Got it done, got it finalized. So when I presented the invoice to my boss for the bathroom upgrade, for the kitchen upgrade and the new equipment, I had baked it into the line. It's not a ton amount of money to be able to create one of these things, but I had baked it into the invoice so it wouldn't necessarily appear. So when I told everyone at the offsite meeting what I had planned, again, a lot of rolling eyes. And then there were a couple people in the room that thought, man, this could really take off. And here we are today. We got a couple influencers involved. They came to our bathroom without any solicitation, and it's just taken off. But I hid the construction of the two 24-inch diameter disco balls and all the lighting in the invoice because I didn't want to be told no. The thing is I bet you dollars to donuts if I did tell them I wanted to do it. The love and support the company gives me to make decisions like this, it would have been done. But Jeff, I didn't want to take any chances. So that's how the disco ball of Verona was born.
So now we have something known as the disco bathroom. And just describe how it works, because that's the first part. And then we'll talk a little with Ann about what it's meant, because I think you're close to 200 million views and all the social media and media attention that you've gotten. So we have a disco bathroom. Describe what it is.
Yeah, Jeff. So first thing, man, safety is one of our core values at our company, as it should be for almost everybody. But what we've done is we've put, flashing lights as you enter the restroom. So there's a warning precaution for people that may have some issue with lights and things like that, things turning dark. So we want to make sure it's a safe thing first. So that's been accomplished, and it's up at all of our stores, of course. You walk into the restroom, and we have basically a brand name, Hopper. He's a frog, H-O-P, Hop Shops. His name's Hopper, and he has a little smirk on his face. He's a mischievous guy, and there's a red button right by where like the hand blower would be, or where you dispense paper towels after you use the restroom. And it says, whatever you do, don't push this red button. And he's got a mischievous wink look into him. Now, of course, 9 out of 10 times, curiosity gets the best of all of us. And you push the button, and then the lights turn off, and then a very popular song, which we had to make sure we go through a licensing company so we can do all that stuff the right way, which we've done. And a song will play for some duration, 30 to 60 seconds. And the reason why it's different is different songs get into the real juicy part of the song at different increments in time. And it'll play, it'll shut the lights off. It'll have two gigantic disco balls and a great light show in a probably 200 to 300 square foot restroom. And it'll play it for 40, 50 seconds. The lights then and the music then instantly come back on, and you would have never known you pushed the button at all. And that's exactly what it is.
So, bad pun coming. And you're soon to be flush with success and all kinds of media attention. But okay, so this disco bathroom debuts. What were your expectations from the marketing side? This maybe a couple people will do something. Did you do any push? And then what happened from there?
Yes. Well, I have been for it since the moment Damon showed me, because I like anything creative, and it was definitely creative and fun and to bring joy to people's lives. I was a supporter the whole way. I just didn't know how we'd afford it or be able to fit that, but he took care of that part. But for me, when we first did it, I'm trying to figure out how can we get the word out, and just slowly but surely telling people. Even with the very first store, we didn't do a launch, just trying to do press releases and get it to people that I thought could share. And really, like Damon mentioned, a few influencers, Pyro Queen, Sid Gnome, a couple customers that just did a little video, very plain and simple. But when they shared it, it got attention. And the responses, the comments, that were just positive. So many positive things, how clean it is, how unexpected. And then some little funny comments that always goes with bathroom humor, I guess, was in there too. And I was right there to try to tell people where it was at, where it's located. Here's our website. So to make sure they knew how to find us and knew how to get there, and then just trying to keep that going. But then for the one for Florence, when we did that one, I really, Damon together was like, we need a big launch. We need to make it like a party and let people come and have fun. And let's give away things. Let's spin the wheel. Let's have some cupcakes, and let's just have lots of great prizes. So we did that, and it had a great response, made some videos, tried to put that out there, and again, continued to try to send it to the press. And then we did get influencer Mr. Grouchy from Louisville, Kentucky. He dresses like the Grinch, tries to switch it up a little. He wears some cool clothing for the occasion, depending on what's going on. But he dressed in his disco shirt, and he's so well loved. He has millions of followers. So when he shared that he was going to be at our Mount Zion launch, we got a huge response, and they went. A lot of people came just for him, but then they pushed the red button, and they were so surprised, and they loved it. Even Cincinnati Ghostbusters, they showed up too. They had saw it on social media, and then just trying to keep the word out there, share it on every social media channel that we could. And then after the launch party, Fox 56 News, they came, and when they did a video, they shared with all their affiliates. So that spread the word pretty good too. And he did a great job capturing, just some details. And
yep. And then you're on national shows, at least reference Tonight Show, couple other shows like that. It's literally blown up.
yes.
Do you also have a chance? So we'll get to the bigger event that happened just a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. But one of the things that our industry still gets a bad rap for our bathrooms, and it's because of how things may have been years ago, where the keys attached to a hubcap, and it's not necessarily a destination. But I also remember going to places that just turned things around. And there's one place we went to outside of Austin, Texas. We were visiting a convenience store chain called Rudy's, and this franchisee also had Mighty Fine Burger down there. And Mighty Fine Burgers, pretty fine burgers. But in the men's room, they had a one-way mirror, essentially, where anybody in the bathroom could see out. Nobody on the other side could see in. This was a dining room there. And you would just watch people, myself included. You'd walk out of the bathroom, and people are just beaming, and it's like, I can't wait to tell you. Is that the reaction that you guys were seeing?
It really was right from the beginning too. At Verona, you would be there, and you'd see people come out, and they had like a little grin, but they shoot out to the parking lot, get some family members, and they'd come back in, and they go in the bathroom. Then you hear laughter belled out, and then it just warmed your soul to hear it. And sometimes, though, people would come and ask because they really wonder. They're the rule followers, and they didn't want to push in something, alarm go off or something. But to see how much they wanted to share with others what they just experienced was exciting.
Now, one more question for you, Ann, before we get to the big event. You oversee HR. So, it's awesome for media. It's awesome for consumers. But it's also awesome for employees. Doesn't that create a whole new level of awareness, and people want to work for you now, and you don't have to fight as hard to pay that extra bit beyond somebody else, and it's Definitely. A fun place to work, right?
Definitely. And, just being where it's something popular and people are talking about it, and it seems exciting, and people do want to come and work. So we get, we're getting more candidates, and they feel proud of it, proud that we're doing something special, proud to be part of something bigger than ourselves. And, we feel like we have a lot to offer otherwise, but at least if that gets their attention and they know, they can feel good. It was on some of the late night shows that are so of a national, or, they feel good about it. So it's definitely helped on recruiting.
And when Nax Daily did a story about your disco bathrooms, when a lot of others did mid last year or in the fall, it wound up being the most viewed Nax Daily story all year, and we have roughly 6 stories a day times 200 and some days, work days. So that's pretty nice to jump up to that level. So here you are, you're famous for your disco bathroom, and then somebody said, one of you or someone else, I'll let you guys decide who talks first, but hey, that's not enough. Let's have somebody get married in our bathroom on Valentine's Day.
I'll let Damon. He's a better speaker than me. I'll let him go.
Yeah, so I'll lead off, and I'm going to kick it to Ann, though, because, she's just been beyond instrumental in all of this. So, I want to hit on one thing before I get on the disco bathroom, Jeff. And, you talk about pride of ownership. Now Ann has created job postings that mention working at the world famous disco bathroom, just like you referenced. And it's unbelievable for people to show up to work at a job that maybe not a lot of people desire. But like Ann said, being a part of something bigger than yourself, it is definitely helping as a differentiator for us to get more people to walk through the door and join a company that our president, Josh Emick, and all of us love so much. And we have a great family atmosphere, 3rd generation. And it's just incredible to see the pride of ownership of that. But on to the disco bathroom wedding. So we have an employee there who is just a ball of energy. Her name's Tiana, and she is just unbelievable. She's a good attitude, just a cashier, comes in, does her work. We all really like her. And, at the end of the day, she wanted something really special. So David Berry, who joined us as a district manager probably about a year ago or so, just an awesome guy. We're all excited to have him on the team. He's got a lot of my energy and personality in him. And he gets to know his employees. Tiana asked him if that was something he wanted to do. Bing, bang, boom. Ann has a couple of marketing calls once or twice a month. We have another call. We have calls where we get everyone's feedback. And when David Berry brought it up, first thing I said is like, come on, man, like stop with all the jokes. Cause he's kind of a prankster. I'm like, come on, man. Like I didn't wake up yesterday or born yesterday. So he was serious as a heart attack. And by the way, Jeff, he's an ordained minister. So he was able to give him away. So the whole thing it just blew up from there, and I'll kind of hand it off to Ann in regards to what the day of was and what the event had to inspire it. But that's kind of how it all got going.
Okay, well, and I know Tiana wasn't sure. One reason she had put it off is just, sometimes financial, trying to make ends meet, different personal things that happened here and there. So they were putting it off, but they really wanted to get married. So once she knew that let's do this unique wedding, and everybody was on board. It's like, okay, what can we do? So I had some ideas of how to make it look and help a little bit with some flowers and cake and the garland decoration and just minimal but nice. And she was all for it and was so excited, so appreciative. And, once we had it that day, just the love in the air, as soon as the wedding ceremony was over in the bathroom part and they came out and they announced Mr. and Mrs. Abney, you see the mother of the groom just come up and start dancing with her son in the middle of the sales floor. And then the bride's dad, he joined right in and danced with his daughter. And it was beautiful. It was magical, I guess. And you would never even realize you're in a convenience store. It just felt, you see it all. You see it all around you, but there was love in the air and it was magical. The whole ceremony, the whole experience.
And I think the last time I saw dancing in a convenience store was the movie Reality Bites, where I think, which was a while ago, and it was actually a positive portrayal of our industry. So there's also videos you took. It's awesome. A lot of stuff online on YouTube and on your website. But I love the line, at the end of the ceremony where it's like, by the power vested in me, you may now push the red button. I think that's the first thing that was said, as opposed to the traditional by the power vested in me line. And there's humor in there, but there's obviously seriousness, because this is a positive, one of those positive life-altering events. So you did a nice balance there. And what was the feedback from that, from employees, from the happy couple, from the media?
Yeah, I think they love the vows. They love the custom vows, and it had some hop shop verbiage, some disco verbiage, but it was also, their special thoughts towards one another as well. We put the vows on the website as well now, in case anybody's curious what the whole thing sounded like and what was said. And it just made it fun. It made it fun. We put some love quotes on the TV monitors all around the store, and there's a lot of fun things you can put together for love and marriage and Valentine's Day. But it was neat. I know on one of our local major channels here in Cincinnati area, the anchor, he just said how much he loved the wording. It just there's a lot of little components that stood out to people, and they've been having a blast. I mean, I think there's a lot of people. There's all kinds of humorous ways to say different things anyway when it came to this. So people are having fun with it. And
you guys are just outside of Cincinnati. So as we get to the summer season where touring acts go out on the road, I have a couple ideas out there. First off, I should say that people visit. You have 6 disco bathrooms, I believe, and each bathroom has a different song. One is Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. The first one was Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. I think there's a Bruce Springsteen song, Dancing in the Dark, a couple other ones. So my understanding is that there's some customers that hit all 6, because you got to get them all. It's no fun if you only go to one. Any thoughts as Miley Cyrus or whoever goes on tour comes through the Cincinnati area or Lexington, Kentucky, or wherever nearby, and it's like, hey, I'll throw your song on there, or you can come and hear your song already there. Anything in the works like that, Ann?
Yes, we were throwing around lots of different ideas, and recently I even had a local musician. He was in there and he did his video, and he's like, oh, but you need one of our songs on there. So they're already thinking about it. Musicians are. Matter of fact, we've had two that really are connecting with it. But yeah, we would love to have a big musician that's in town in the area do that part. I'm sure we could work something out. Damon's picked all the songs. We were trying to think about how we can make that happen. So we do have a few ideas with that. We definitely want to do a scavenger hunt, road trip, where the customers could go around to all 6 and look for something in the store related to the song. Some genius shared that little idea with us, and we really appreciate that. And just road tripping in general, we have all kinds of fun ideas to take us through the spring, summer, and fall.
Well, road trips, we need to talk more then, because road trips have been a focus of ours for the last couple of years. Last year, our chairman, Don Rhodes, went on a couple of them, visited, I think, 80 stores on a couple different road trips, and I was lucky enough to spend some time on the road with him. But road trips are about smiles, about memories, about having fun. So it's a nice tie-in, and we'll be talking more about road trips in later this year, if not later with Ann and Damon. Now, also, if you're doing all that, if that wasn't enough, you also had an acquisition and bought Jumpin' Jacks. And first thing I came to mind is that should have a rock-in bathroom, and maybe there's a song that could even be played there.
Jumpin' Jack Flash, it's a gas, gas, gas.
Yes.
Was that the song?
That's the one, and you happen to sell that gas, gas, gas.
That's right. It did all fit together. Oh, that's cool.
So, Damon, how do you top this? Or how do you even think about topping this? Do you have any guardrails or anything like that, where it's like, okay, it doesn't have to be about bathrooms. It has to be creative. It has to be about making us famous and fun. You don't have to give away what's next, but are you already being pushed to have to top this?
Yeah, I mean, you created a monster here, right? I kind of feel like I've done so. It's interesting, I'm always thinking, and one of the best things about working for this company is like they just let you be yourself. And this never would have taken off without having the leadership allowing me just to be myself. And other companies, and something I'm definitely going to speak about coming up at Impact. If I have a chance to speak at NACS, I'll say the same sort of thing. I've worked for 3 or 4 different companies, all great in their own ways, but the ones that allow you to be yourself and not try to have you be somebody else, and people that support you, even if it means a sacrifice to themselves. This company is the best in class for that. So I will be doing everything I can to be taking this to the next level. And yes, I've been approached with all kinds of different things over the last year since this thing's just gone completely viral. And there will be more on the horizon that we do. And I think the biggest thing for us is what impact it's going to have on Owensboro, Kentucky when this thing comes here, where you mentioned the acquisition with Jumping Jacks. We own the land at 2 of the 3 places, and we've purchased the 3rd place of the land. And they were independent folks that we've worked with a long time, and we've given them lots of notice, and we're slowly taking those over, and we'll be building beautiful convenience stores that are all truck plazas. So we're going to have some fun with that on a trucker's aspect as well. And there's more on the horizon. I'm stoked to be a part of it. And I just, can't thank the company enough for supporting us, supporting me, supporting everybody with it, and the joy it brings all the customers, because this is scary to say, but this is probably just only the beginning.
And at the next State of the Industry Summit, usually every year, some speaker talks about how do you make yourself famous. We all sell roughly the same things, whether you're talking about convenience stores or outside the channel. We sell a lot of the same beverages, a lot of the same snacks, a lot of the same other things. So how do you differentiate yourself? Clearly, that's one way to do it. And I want to give you the last word. You had all this media attention that you've cultivated and worked on. Do you have a favorite story or interaction with either a customer or a media person, or just something that just bears repeating?
I have a couple. I'm going to say there was one in particular that I like to call him our top fan. He would go in the disco bathroom from the second one we launched, and he would do a selfie in the mirror, and he'd call everybody family, and he'd have it live. He'd do live ones, and just talking about his day, just talking about, well, today wasn't so great, so I'm going to push this red button and I'm going to reset my day. And he just kept encouraging people, and for no reason, he would just support us, and he would give us ideas. He kept calling Damon a genius, and to be honest, many of our customers have, and I just pass it on because people can appreciate just the genius idea of doing it. And I love getting that feedback too from the different customers. But this individual, he would post a video every day. Then he would put it on social media and tag us. And it was just for months. He did it for months, and he's funny and he's quick-witted. And, somebody would walk in the bathroom while I was in there doing the video, and he was just so real and inspiring too. He had lost several hundreds of pounds. So he took that as an opportunity to encourage others to get out and move and try to, be better than they were, and to get in shape and be healthy. And he was just inspirational and funny. So I started looking forward to it every day. What's he going to share? And then his stepdaughter, he had told her about it when they're like, okay, as soon as the Walton one launches, I'm going to push the one in the men's, you push the one in the women's. And we did actually let him be the first person to push the Walton one. And his stepdaughter, she loved it too. She's been sharing on TikTok, and on her birthday, she wanted to take a tour with her best friend to all the stores. She loves singing to the songs. She's in college and just, bright and encouraging herself. She was telling everybody, you are enough. And so she used it as an opportunity to encourage others too. So it's been interesting just to see what people do with it, and we love it.
Well, this could have gone totally sideways with me with bathroom humor and all that. I only used one pun, but just for anybody out there thinking, the idea isn't to create your own disco bathroom. The idea is really just how do you stand out and how do you make yourself famous? And when you probably say, well, I don't know how to do it. I don't know, if I had the resources. Talking about a company with a little bit more than a dozen stores, but acts like a much bigger company with creativity. So it can be done. And I guess the secret, Damon, is you just need to bury the costs in the invoice so nobody sees it before they can stop it.
Hey, I'm definitely not advocating that. I know Josh would have my back with that. But one last thing for me on your note, Jeff, and it's been a blast, is the kids' joy is unbelievable. I don't know when you were growing up if you had a favorite convenience store, but I did, because they had these knockoff Rice Krispie treats. Not the regular ones with Keebler and whatnot, but the elves.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a knockoff brand, and I would drag my parents to go there. Now we are building our future customer. You see kids by the droves just dragging their moms in there. So when they grow up and they have kids, they're going to go push the button. And that is just, you see it all the time, and it's just an awesome thing to see. And it makes everyone happy.
And as we come to the summer drive season and the spring transition to summer blend fuel, people are very price sensitive on, as we talked earlier, and gas. People will drive 5 minutes out of their way to save 5 cents a gallon. We do all these surveys, but they drive further out of their way to go to the store they like. And that's the big differentiator as we see a lot more travel and road trips. I imagine that hop shops will be circled on a lot of maps, digitally or in print, where we got to stop there on our way. So I'm hoping we get to visit there. Well, I'm not hoping. We're planning to visit there. And check out the store in person, and just what a great story! And just how do you not only create a brand and celebrate the brand, but make people smile, pass it on, one smile at a time. I wasn't going to go for the bathroom humor joke there, but thank you both for joining us and for what you do to bring smiles across the community that you serve. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Jeff.
And thank you all for listening to Convenience Matters.
Convenience Matters is brought to you by NACS and produced in partnership with Human Factor. For more information, visit convenience.org.